This is for the nerds, this is for the brainiacs, this what we deserve. Go ahead and play it back, you ain't gonna touch me, you not gonna do nothing, you are not above me, I bet you wish you was me, I know it, I know.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Only Friends podcast. As you can see, I'm in hosting duties today because Conrad is down bad.
Yep.
I have to be on time for tournaments. This is 1999. All the values in level 1.
Speaking of down bad, that's a hell of a hoodie you got there.
It actually is down bad. I'm trying
I kind of like
No,
it.
the hoodie's not down bad.
No,
but the team.
Okay, listen. They're on a 10-game losing streak. I'm trying to break the streak today.
I hope you can do it.
Number 2.
I mean, if we couldn't do it with Keller last night, then who can we do it with?
That's true.
He pitched great.
Against the fucking Cubs, too.
Marlins.
Oh, even worse.
Yeah, they're good this year.
Sure.
I heard that. I saw a tweet from Tony Burns, former Florida resident, saying that the Marlins should have some support.
Yeah.
It's been a while since the Marlins have had any support.
They're competitive. There's a difference between competitive
But
and
Henry Davis hit his first career home run last night.
I saw his first at bat. He doubled. Yeah.
Yeah. He's going to be he's a stud.
Yeah. Well,
he's like Mike Trout adjacent.
Hard to be Mike Trout adjacent.
Don't get too comfortable with him, Brian.
He'll be here for 4 years.
3 years. Him and O'Neal Cruz will be getting shipped out to the Yankees. They'll be wearing pinstripes before the decade's over.
Yeah, but that's okay. We have a 3-4 year window where we can win, and then it's 15 years of losing again. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Well, no, the turnaround was a little less this time.
Yeah, it was.
2011 to 2021.
Is it turned around though?
No, that's why I said 2011. This is like the 2011-2012 season.
Right, exactly.
And then
Yeah,
so only 12 years this time.
Mm-hmm.
We're good. But the story behind this hoodie is I ordered it from fanatics.com, I think. No shout out to them, because first they sent me a fucking down bad Royals hoodie instead. What? So I sent that back, got a refund. And then I said,
worse than the Pirates.
I said, give me the goddamn Pirate hoodie that I ordered. And so they go, here you go. But it has a gold P instead of a black P. And I got to tell you, though this looks okay, the black P is fucking sharp.
Maybe I'll get that one then.
I might do. Good luck having it sent to you, buddy.
Grayscale goes hard, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, well, that's just the difference, right? Like now you wear it with the grays, and it's kind of the away uniform, or the alternate uniform, if you will.
They just presented their city uniforms. You see them?
No.
PGH on it. It looks pretty nice.
It's hard to fuck up a Pirates uniform. The only ones I think they ever fucked up were the red and black.
Yeah, I didn't like the red.
Yeah, what are you doing? Well, the entire city is black and gold. What are you doing?
Where does red come from?
Who knows?
Nobody knows.
Who knows? I will say I'm looking forward to getting back there and going to a game. It's been a while. I think I went when they were in their down bad time, right after they got rid of Cole.
You want to go back in September? I'm going back for the Yankees.
I think I'm gonna go back sooner.
Yeah,
because I'm gonna be in Florida. Well, I'm not sure. I'm going to Florida immediately after the series for a week.
Tournaments or just?
No, I have a gig in Daytona.
Oh yeah.
I have a big meetup there. I'm gonna do a commercial and some fun stuff.
Meetup Matt. That's you.
So that'll be a good time. And I may shoot up to Pittsburgh afterwards. Depends if we go to London or not. We'll see. But
we should do that.
Maybe O'Neal Cruz will be back by then.
I thought he was scheduled later in the season. No.
They're August.
What was his injury?
It was a broken ankle.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, that could heal.
But I mean, it required surgery and all that stuff.
Sure. But yeah, I mean, I went once since they've been bad again. So my timeline of going to games was I went to the wild card game in what was it, 2017? The last wild card game they played where they lost to Arrieta.
That wasn't at home though.
Yeah, where they lost to Arrieta. The playing game.
Oh, the playing game?
Yeah, whatever. I mean, I don't know if it was considered a wild card or not. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they lost to Arrieta. It was the one game playoff.
Right.
They lost to Arrieta.
2015.
It was that long ago?
Yeah. Yeah, they made the playoffs in 13, 14, 15.
Wow. Okay.
Wow, that's how long it's been since they've been contending.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was,
they've always contended.
It was 20 years before that.
Right. was
They made the
90
playoffs in
92.
1992 and then didn't make the playoffs again or have a winning season until 2013.
Right.
It was a long stretch.
Man,
Can you imagine that I'm still a Pirates fan after all
We
that?
had Operation Shutdown in between there.
it's all kind of a blur.
It was brutal. So yeah, I went to that, and then I didn't go again until like maybe 2019, 2020, something like that. It was before the pandemic, so probably 2019.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, the hype video of the, what is it, hoist the colors or whatever.
Yeah.
Doesn't hit the same whenever they're a fucking 30-win team.
Yeah, they're not really hoisting much.
Right.
No.
They're holding that L though.
Yeah. Well,
No.
they rested the mean. We knew this was going to happen.
Does Conrad's bet still stand?
He's mashing. The Reds are in first.
They won 11 in a row.
But
we lost 10 in a row. They won 11 in a row. So that's gonna
the Cubs have
flip
also won like 9
division.
in a row.
The Cubs, right? Exactly. We went on the 6 of those games that we lost were to the Cubs.
Yeah.
So,
Is TJ going to be an all-star or what?
I think
Hope
so.
yep.
Maybe not a starter, but I think he's going to get voted in.
That's the one thing. I never met him, but I know you guys know him, and that he's from Vegas. So that's the one thing that can give me a little bit of comfort, knowing that the Reds are doing well. It's like, hey, all right, that's good for him.
Cost me $100.
Yeah.
I
mean,
love,
honestly,
I love
though,
that for you.
The Central's so fucking bad. Like, literally, the Reds are leading the Central, and they wouldn't be any better than third place in any other division in baseball except for the AL Central.
The AL Central's
which is
even
also
down bad
terrible.
worse than the NL Central.
I mean, it's kind of like the Falcons division, right, in NFL. Like, they're
Yeah.
always down horrendous, but like
NFC South is bad.
some mediocre team always makes the playoffs with like home field. And
NFC South is non-competitive. AFC, it's weird. They mirror each other. The AFC South is also non-competitive. It's kind of wild the way that
AFC
works
South
out.
is like Colts, Jags.
Yeah. Yeah, Jags won the South, I think, with a losing record this year.
Yeah, it's like, all right, I see what we're doing here.
Yeah.
They should probably switch the system at some point, you think?
I don't know.
Like
I
maybe
don't know.
have like just some win-loss, have the division stuff, have some people you play every
I mean,
time.
at least in football, they do a pretty good job of segregating by region. Like, South actually means South. North actually means North. That type of thing.
I mean,
For the most part.
adjacent.
But there's a couple teams that maybe are a little misaligned.
baseball's pretty similar to that.
Yeah. I don't know that the Pirates belong in the Central.
I think so. I hate
Midwest?
Yeah. No, it does. It does bring the argument back to Pittsburgh's in the Midwest. But like, I mean, what other team would you replace? Like, what team is in the East or the West that should be in the center? Or I guess East. What team is in the East that you would swap with the Pirates?
Yeah, I mean,
Right?
not
You
necessarily any, but
So they got to go somewhere.
sure. That's
Right.
well, that's what I mean. It's like,
Right.
You end up.
They're the
Getting-
furthest West team.
Are they?
Yeah.
Who's in the East? Marlins
The Marlins,
Braves,
the Braves, the Phillies, the
Mets.
Mets,
and one more.
This all sounds like East Coast to
the
me.
Nationals.
That sounds like East Coast to me.
No, the Nats and the Pirates are like
Pretty close.
It's very, very close.
It's close,
They're a little bit more east.
Yeah, they are.
I think they just did this so you guys can continually have this conversation of whether or not
Maybe.
Pittsburgh is in the Midwest.
Mhm. That might be true. It's not in the Midwest.
Like Cleveland.
Cleveland also in the Central.
Hmm.
But they are Midwest. They're
Yeah.
Ohio.
Right, exactly.
That's the line.
That's the
And if
line.
you don't think about them, they don't exist.
Right. Yeah.
Sure.
Sure. We got a lot of stuff popping off here at the series. Let's kick things off with a little bit of drama. Before we get into that, got to give a huge shout out to our sponsor, WPT Global. Right now, they are doing a cash game. What do I want to call this? A cash game
Bonanza.
bonanza,
Sure.
a cash game giveaway, a cash game contest. You get incentivized to play cash games. How about that?
You like cash games.
I do like cash games. Well, until yesterday. Yesterday gave me a sour taste in my mouth. I might go back to tournaments. But for now, if you are into cash games, you can win your chance at $25,000 and a free roll entry into WPT Global's latest promotion, King of Cash. Starting June 18th and continuing forward until further notice, for every 100 cash game hands played, you'll receive a raffle ticket for over $25K in weekly cash and prizes. Every player who gets 2 tickets in a week also gets access to the King of Cash weekly free roll. So be sure to take advantage of that. There's no better time to grind cash on WPT Global. Use promo code Berkey at sign up. You can click the link below or hit hashtag WPT Global in the chat to get that link. Make sure that you take advantage of the 100% sign up bonus up to $1,200 they'll give you. So a lot of free money over at WPT Global. If you're in a qualifying territory, I implore you to give it a shot.
I kind of am not a fan of the favoritism of promo code Berkey. I'm just going to say it.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. It could have been only friends for sure.
Could have been friends.
It could have been friends.
Berkey's ezy, though.
Yeah, it is. It gets misspelled, though.
Yeah, it could be just from friends.
Barkey, Barkley,
Berkeley.
Berkey.
Burky.
Yep. They love to add the L, they lose the E to add a U.
Berkeley.
Yeah.
Burkle is a good one.
I wonder if I'm related to any of these people.
Matt tried to play Cash at the Win, and he talked to the floor, and they pretended not to know who he was.
Motherfucker.
Oh.
He said, Matt Berkle? Okay, we'll let you know.
There was a four-handed game. It was Durr, Krish, and two other people that I know, and I can't recall off the top of my
Is Mr.
head.
Beast playing?
Beast was playing, yeah. Durr, Krish, Beast, and one other person.
Oh, you feel homie?
No, wasn't Helmuth. And I go there and I was like, hey, can I sit? Like, we're not letting people sit. I go, I think they'll let me sit. Just ask them. And he goes, who are you? I'm like, just tell them Matt Berkey wants to play. And he goes, Berkle? All right, let me go ask him. And he comes back.
Was this yesterday?
No, this is like a year ago.
Oh, okay.
And he comes back, he goes, they said no. I'm like, well, yeah, because you fucking said Bob Berkle. Like, Jesus Christ.
Also, that sour taste from the cash game. I hope everybody can hear me, by the way. It's not from the cash game. It's that yellow P on your sweater.
Good one.
Thank you.
Good one. Yeah, I found out I got shut out because Krish hates me for whatever reason.
You had aces once.
I had aces once, and he had worse than aces, and because I stacked him, he no longer likes me. Those are the breaks. But yeah, yesterday got me fucking good. I played the Tropicana stream, and I'm not saying that stream games are cheated because they're not, obviously, but god damn it, do I run worse on stream than I do in non-stream games. Like, I just played a bunch of 4-bet pots where I had aces, and every single time I was against top set.
How do you get aces so much? What?
How do they get top set so much? You know how hard it is to flop a set?
Very hard.
Christ.
But when they raise you.
They never raised. I bluff caught every single one of them.
Yeah,
I knew they had top set. Every single time I was just like, fuck, that's a bad board. Check. What board is good in a 4-bet pot when you have aces and it doesn't come ace high? It's just they always have a set.
Deuce.
Yeah, that would be a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
There was one where it went like raise, 3-bet, cold call, I 4-bet squeeze huge, fold, cold caller calls again, and it comes 9 high. It's like, oh, he has a set.
Fuck you.
It's like 9-7-6. How do I ever win? He just always has a set. How could he not have a set?
King Queen suited.
Bro, stop it.
Right?
Stop it.
It's not what.
Because these hands just cold 4-bet when you're deep. Like, you know, I mean, yeah, he could cold call those, but like, that's just not the way live cash plays, man. It's 100% pairs. It's deuces through 10s. So you need to catch the Broadway board.
King.
Yeah, you need the King Queen Jack board so that they have an open ender with one of their hands.
Even then, it's like a 60-40.
No.
You have Jack 10?
I have 2 aces.
Sure.
You know, take away a couple outs.
What did this debacle cost you?
$85K.
Yeah.
Playing 1-1. Fucking joke.
A lot of
goddamn joke.
That 850 big blind.
That would be 850 big blinds. We did play like permanent stand-up game.
Permanent stand-up game?
I mean, we took like small breaks. Like we'd take like an orbit off and then play again. But honestly, like I will say that playing the stand-up game is really a lot less effective when people don't stand up. Like we were just doing it with buttons.
But you don't stand.
Yeah, we were just doing it with buttons, and it does not have the same effect on people's gameplay.
Right.
Like nowhere near. They're just like less aware that we're playing the game, I think.
Yeah.
People just want to sit down.
Yeah, like when you're standing, people become hyper aware of who else is standing. It becomes this competition. Everyone's paying attention. There was a point where like we're playing and two people were just walking and they didn't even have buttons yet. It's like, how rich are you?
Yeah.
What is happening right now? definitely can't expect a lot of action if two people who are trying to sit down aren't even at the fucking table. What's going on, man? A lot of drama though in this WSOP. Will Jaffe woke up. He chose violence.
Yep.
My man Dankness, he's gone away from the tough convos and he is just out here flinging shit, taking on the richest man in America, Chamath. He's not even in America, is he? He's in Canada still. No,
I don't know.
Probably in Silicon Valley, right?
He played some WSOP events actually.
Yeah, he did. I saw he got interviewed. This is only where it begins. Him and Chamath had a little bit of back and forth, which, you know what? I will say this much. The man got the attention of Chamath, and he got a reply. Mm-hmm. To which Will replied, said, "You are a sad, sad man."
Here we are.
And now here we are. One tough convo away from Will pivoting into the vertical of politics and tech.
Imagine Will doing tough convos in politics.
I would fucking... Bro, that's the hit right there. He's established already in poker. We just got to get him out there now to the greater world.
It's proof of concept.
Yeah, this might be it, man. Like, you got Chamath responding to you. I think you need to hit Twitter Space with a real tough convo for a man who has millions and millions of followers.
Time for a tough convo with Chamath.
Yeah, get him on the All In podcast. Have a tough convo there.
Before I even saw this tweet where he said you're a sad, sad man, like this is why we're living in a simulation. Like, I was just watching, random YouTube video this morning, and then it ended, and then it just, like, you know how it just, like, recommends something. Yeah, autoplays. And it was the Lex Friedman podcast with Chamath on it.
Oh, okay.
And and like, I had already seen it, but it was just like, it just popped up like in the middle of it, and it was the part where Lex was asking Chamath if money buys happiness.
Oh, nice.
And he said, well, up to about 50 million.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah, sure.
So I don't know if he is a sad, sad man, because he's got $1 billion.
Yeah, he's a very wealthy man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jaffe was just in savage mode, man. He was fucking beasting. Lexo Poker replied, "Will White Knight Jaffe," and Jaffe just goes, "At least I'm not a vlogger."
Sometimes you just got to put the gloves on.
Fucking choosing violence, bro. He's just going off.
The gloves off even.
I haven't talked to him about this yet. Like, we usually chat a lot, just about content creation and, you know, the absurdity of it all and the characters that end up emerging from it and the characters we end up accidentally playing sometimes. Like, you know, he might have just had like an irritable day and this is what spun of it, but now he's the villain that we don't deserve. And we're going to go down that path. Yeah. Because this is not where it ended.
Damn, this ratio, though.
This is a strong ratio. Yeah, this is not where it ended. So
the show goes on.
He has a mic every day on High Noon for Poker Go, and, you know, he gets to talk his shit. And as a man who's done a fair amount of shit talking in his day, I think Will is starting to understand you have to go one way or the other. Either you are very diplomatic when you're on the mic, or you just say what you want to say. And when your co-host is Ryan DePaulo, you're going to lean a little bit into the latter, I think. So I didn't see the ep, but I guess somewhere in passing, he called Hendrix a dusty-ass reg. And now we got heads up for rolls on the table again.
God.
Here we are. Hendrix says, "Thanks for calling me a withered, dusty reg on your podcast. Since you're always thirsting for attention and putting people down for likes, let's play heads up PLO. Any stakes, whenever, if you want, you can min buy just like you did in Cherokee." A little history here, I guess, to go all the way back to, Cherokee, North Carolina. It's really popping, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Like, one man's from Alaska, another man's from, where's Dankness from? Boston? Massachusetts?
Philadelphia, maybe?
No, I don't think he's Philly, is he?
Around that area?
Yeah, somewhere on the East Coast. Midwest, you know.
Seems like he's from that area.
Yeah. Somewhere in the Northeast for sure. But they all just...
Poughkeepsie.
Yeah, right. Poughkeepsie. They all just seem to land themselves in fucking Cherokee, North Carolina, like every other week. What the hell's going on in Cherokee?
Circuit stop. Every
day? Every day.
You just got to go down to Cherokee and find out.
Yeah. Fuck around and find out, man.
That's what's happening now, yeah.
Yeah. That is exactly what's happening. Will replied, said, "Anytime you want, you fake Backstreet Boy. Maybe we can get Poker Go to stream it. for the clout, of course. And you can complain about the lighting afterwards, which I'm sure there's a subtle reference there, but I don't know what it is.
Where does bro come up with these?
I don't know, man. He's good at what he does. I thought I was going to give him a tough convo today, but I'm not. I'm just sitting back with popcorn and enjoying the show. It's nice to be on the sidelines once in a while.
You just got to let him cook. He's cooking.
Cook away, man. Here's your grease. Just let it all burn. I don't even care. Hendrix says, of course you want it streamed. Anything for a little attention. What stakes can you afford these days? Jaffe then replies with the picture from your WSOP Thrill team and goes, you got it, Frosty. Anything for a little attention. 25, 50, 50 or 50, 100 too small for you, question mark. And he said, depends if you're actually buying it for 100 big blinds. So here we are. It's happening. It's all happening again. It all comes full circle, baby. We're right back in the pre-Black Friday days where every beef is just settled. Heads up for rolls.
The only way to do it.
You got shit to talk? We play heads up for rolls.
Yeah.
Is this the equivalent of like when you're at the playground, you say, okay, after school, meet me at the flagpole?
I think so.
It's the equivalent of the Old West, where it's like, meet me at high noon. No pun intended there.
Pun was specifically
intended.
Tortoise intended.
But yeah, it's just like we're just gonna have a showdown at the OK Corral.
I mean, imagine like they just like fist fight on high noon.
Yep.
That'd be some good content, honestly.
I'd be happy if they just played heads up PLO. I mean, fuck, let's see some speed.
Poker's so boring, though.
Poker is boring.
It's so boring.
I highly suggest that they actually don't stream it. From my experience, I got to tell you, you just get way more hype not letting the viewers in. Because we don't care,
it's
man.
So slow.
We don't care. We don't understand PLO. We don't care. We didn't watch the Gelfond challenge until he was down 1 million. And then we didn't tune in until he was within striking distance. We all watched the final fucking episode. That was it. We watched day 1 and day conclusion.
Day 100.
Yeah, whatever the fuck it was. And that was it. Everything in between, we just checked the fucking daily ticker. Is fill up or fill down? That was it.
Hashtag LFGPG.
Yeah. Man, I can't give you guys any dead space. I take a fucking sip. Everybody just gets awkward.
Yeah,
No, it's not awkward. You can sit in silence.
That's true. That's it. Hey.
Nothing like comfortability sitting in silence with your friends.
Everyone needs to take a breath.
All that signifies to me is that I'm the actual host and Conrad is Fugazi. He's just here for show.
Conrad weaponized incompetence today.
He did.
I love that term, by the way. Thank you, Melissa, for that term.
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't know the schedule.
He's feigning ignorance to shirk responsibility.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great. I use it all the time. I tell Michelle how great she is at washing clothes.
I don't know. I can't do it like you.
Better than anybody I can imagine.
Yeah.
Smart.
The origin story of this is...
I would do it, but it just wouldn't be as good as you. So,
right.
I want our clothes to
The
be
slippery
clean.
slope.
Yeah.
It's a slippery slope because it's going to carry on to other things.
She does the same thing with me with like cooking and stuff like that.
Yeah. But
you just have to trade.
Give and take.
But at some point, she's going to ask you to do something, and you're going to do it not to her liking, and she's going to go, "This is what I'm talking about. You're incompetent."
And you say, "Yeah, you're right."
My favorite is to do with any time of like some sort of form needs to be filled out. She is really good at filling out forms. She's just
This is a talent?
It is a talent. Like if you presented the form to me, it would take a half hour, where she can do it in like 3.5 minutes. So I'm like, wow, let's not waste anybody's time here. Just let you do it.
She'd let her cook.
I'll sign it at the bottom. It's fine.
I didn't want to get out of the sauna to turn the volume down when it was like blasting some documentary. And Melissa goes, Can you turn down the volume? And I said, I can't. Meaning I can't turn down the volume from inside the sauna.
Right.
Which means I'd have to get out of the sauna, which I didn't want to do, to turn the volume down. So I said, I can't do that.
Yeah.
And then after she goes, well, did you know how to do it? I'm like, yeah, of course I knew how to do it. I just didn't want to do it.
Right. So you won't is the actual correct terminology.
Not I can't. I will not.
I
won't.
To.
Sounds much meaner.
It's way worse if you actually reply with, I could, but I won't.
Right. I know how to, but I choose not to.
Correct. Yeah.
And then you add a layer on of you can come turn it off if you want.
This is every conversation with Conrad. Not going to be there today. Could you give us some notice? No, I can't. I don't know what the schedule is.
It's been out since February.
I was like, I know the schedule from 3 weeks from now. How do you not know what tomorrow looks like?
He literally jumps from casino to casino.
Yeah, I get it. Efro said, I tweeted this, but the best part of the Airball Berkey matchup for me was my wife, who knows absolutely zero about poker, saying, can you start a beef with someone who's terrible at poker to play them, like Chainsaw?
Based.
And now we get it going, baby. Efro versus Chainsaw. Let's get it going.
But poker's so boring.
It is boring. It's not.
It's not the way. It's not the medium for the content.
No, we're here for the back and forth.
Got to be like a talk, like a debate or something.
No, they can play poker. That's fine. I just don't care. I don't want to watch it. I want to watch Twitter and see them go back and forth.
Yeah, Twitter's fun.
That's why
I want to see Dankness call him Frosty,
right,
and put a picture of him up with frosted tips. You know, like that's what I'm here for.
That's why the you and Airball's match was like so captivating.
Well, when you guys actually played and there wasn't like that lull of sick days and sleeping.
Yeah, we were talking about this yesterday at the.
Bro, put the picture away.
Poor bastard. I think the frosted tip looked great. If I had the ability to have frosted tips, I would get frosted tips.
Is that what Guy Fieri has?
Yeah, I'm also memeing. I would never.
Yeah, but he goes to Flavortown and you don't.
That's
so
true.
He's the mayor of Flavortown.
Maybe I would get frosted tips on like a little soul patch. Yeah.
Stop it.
Flavor saver.
A little flavor saver.
That
Flavortown flavor saver.
That's right.
I'm scared.
You should be. You don't you don't get it. But yeah, like I mean the playing part is good. We were talking about this last night at the table regarding the airball match. I didn't realize how few days we actually played when it all was said and done.
Yeah, you didn't.
Because it took many weeks.
Yeah. It was
But
like
the truth of the matter
is,
we played 7 hours a session and 58 hours. So it's like, 8 sessions total.
8 total?
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't play very much. It was
7 hours per 56. I mean, it was 58 hours.
9,
so 8 1/4 sessions.
It could have been done in 6.
Yeah. Maybe 5. Sheesh.
You're up like 500 and then you kept calling Rivers.
Bro, if I stopped calling Rivers, I would be a fucking billionaire. A billionaire, maybe. I'm down like 200K this week alone just calling Rivers.
Well, would you be happy?
No, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night.
Right.
Fuck.
You trade bluff you.
Yeah, fair trade offer. $1 billion. Insomnia.
Yeah, slightly less rich, but I get to sleep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sleep is important. Sleep is the pinnacle of health. Sleep is also the cousin of death.
I'm taking this weekend off to catch up on sleep. I slept for 6 hours last night for probably like the 8th night in a row, and I'm a solid 7.5 kind of guy. My recovery today was for the first time since I was sick. Came back just like pure red. I was like 31%.
Yeah, I got 5 hours and got 80.
I hate you. God, youth is wasted on the ignorant.
No, it's not. I fucking spend my time doing things that matter.
Yeah.
Going to
I'm
the
sure
gym.
you do. Regarding things that matter at this WSOP, we did finally see our first banning of the summer. And it was exactly who
odds
you thought
on
it was
favorite, baby.
It was odds on favorite. It was exactly who you thought it was going to be. It was Ali, I'm going to steal your bitch. No, it was not. It was Men the Master.
No.
No.
That was Jake.
No, it was Jake the Snake.
Yeah.
No.
Martin.
No. It was somebody cheating for sure. No. It was the fucking guy who runs the goddamn circus tent.
He's a fake rock star.
What's going on over here? Why?
I think because of something in the past. So they were verifying it first.
He's a legend.
He's a legend.
Was that Patrick that said he's a legend?
Yeah.
We have some bad news.
That's it.
Bad news detected.
That's it. The man who hosts the Rock Opera has been fucking trespassed from all Caesars properties.
Yep.
What is going on
He
here?
manages to get thrown out of every single place.
I don't know the backstory of this. Maybe there's just cause behind it, but like, I know we're memeing, right? Like, and I don't even care that Eden got banned. I truly don't. Like, I'm not advocating for him to not be banned. But come fucking on, man. We literally have people who are stone cold cheats entering events. Yeah. And we're somehow policing this cartoon character.
It's kind of a sick meme when you think
come
about
on,
it. It's
bro.
a fucking pretty sick meme that like if you're doing things nefarious to the community, like you're fine. But like if you like start kind of talking strange as a security guard, you're gone.
Like, what the fuck is that? This guy's a goddamn cartoon. He's an absolute cartoon, and he's getting 86 from all Caesar's properties. But we have people who have cheated for 7 figures worth of money out of the community that are just happily waltzing through and playing high rollers.
You can't be a cheating clown. You have to be an actual clown,
bro. I don't know what's going on here. I think this is like this is.
It's kind of a spit in the face.
Well, it's ironic because like Eden somehow has actually turned the WSOP into the circus that he's attempting to host.
He manifested it.
He somehow made the WSOP become the circus.
How does he? Patrick said he was being all nice too. Like, what caused this?
I don't know.
I would really love to know.
Some people. I don't even want to speculate because I don't want to put people on blast if they had literally nothing to do with it. But yeah, I mean, I have no idea. Obviously, they let him register for the event, so it seems like it had to be something. Team. Yeah, it seems like it had to be something between registration and him playing, right?
But what could it? Maybe apparently, I saw a tweet that like maybe he was like heckling Cabral on the rail or something.
Could you imagine that? Like that is what led to a fucking trespass. Like heckling somebody?
Yeah. It does seem pretty hard to get like actually banned.
Bro, if that's the case, then why not trespass Cabral? He certainly was like, bordering on heckling his opponents in this 250K.
Hey man, I don't have the answers. I just have the tweets.
I mean, I'm just saying, at some point, we just look fucking ridiculous as a community as a whole.
That's a legendary video.
It's the tag team, man. There was a guy dressed like Liberace at my table. Like, it's a circus.
Yeah.
What's happening here?
Man.
Everybody chill out.
Yeah.
The show must go on.
He was running a space while playing the tournament.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that had something to do with it. You can't be on your phone.
Right.
He just had earpods in.
Yeah, but like he's technically, quote unquote on his phone.
Yeah, like you're not allowed to be like on a phone call. I can't imagine you'd be allowed to be on a space.
The only time I know what these spaces is when I see at the top of the Twitter sphere.
Yeah.
It says that someone that you follow is listening.
Right. Yeah.
And that's the only space going on all the time that I see from my Twitter.
Yeah, same.
So I just see, okay, who is hosting the space today? And then there and behold, he and his sidekick are just running it back.
I don't know what the fuck's going on. And again, like I'm in no way, shape, or form advocating for Eden. I haven't been paying any attention to this. I saw that Vertucci was trying to get him canceled the other day. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
He is not the enemy.
I'm so happy to be out of this. Like I'm so happy there's enough poker to be played that this isn't occupying any of our time or energy at this point.
Can't take it.
But also, like, come on, man. What did the guy do? I need to know.
Yeah,
I need the backstory here. Like,
just when you thought they were out, you were out. They pull you back in.
Well, I don't care. No, I don't care that much.
But you'd like to know.
I only care because like literal cheaters aren't banned. Like that's the only reason I care. If the people who were stealing from us were banned, I don't give a fuck, man. Like whatever.
Get him out.
Get him out. Who cares? I don't give a shit. But
he's stealing our time.
Okay, fine.
Time thief.
Yep, time thief. That's fair. Did you ever see the Justin Timberlake movie? What is it?
It's called Time, I think. But
no, it's not. It's not called Time. It's like.
It's the one where like they spend money with their watches on their time, like time watches.
Yeah, time is a currency.
Like Justin.
Just in time, maybe.
Yes, for Justin Timberlake.
Imagine if that were it with.
Hold on.
I think Olivia Wilde was the female lead. She's so amazing.
There you go.
Perfect. She's literally perfect.
The movie is literally called In Time.
In Time. Yeah, In Time.
Just in Time.
It probably started as Just in Time, and they were like, "No, we can't do it."
Yeah, they had too many Brian's on the fucking the board. Like, we should call this Just in Time.
Easy.
Like, all right, Dad, enough. Let's not. How about that?
Justin's just
That's a rad joke.
Justin just in the meeting, like, if you do this, I will quit right now.
Right.
I am out.
Yeah, understandably so. Well, that's going to wrap it for the drama section of our podcast today. A lot of lighthearted fun here. You know, some jabs being thrown back and forth.
Wholesome family fun.
Some, what is the lead guy in a circus called?
Ringleader?
Ringleader, yeah. That would be it. Some circus ringleaders getting chucked out of the tent. You know, hey, it's just week 3 of the WSOP. You know, nothing to see here.
I mean,
it's a standard protocol year in and year out.
It really is.
We had a guy pull his dick out in the main event 4 years ago.
The main event is in
and he was a yinzer.
Is that the same guy that threw his shoe?
Yeah.
He threw his shoe at the dealer, and then later he was in an MGM property on a baccarat table with his pants around his ankles again.
Nice.
Like literally standing on
Why
the
did he want
craps
people
table.
to see his dick so badly?
Why did he throw a shoe at someone?
I don't know.
Why did bro do anything?
Yeah.
He's your people.
No.
He's not a Florida man. He's not Florida man.
That was very
exiled-
Florida
we've-
man-esque,
We've
I have to
exiled
tell
him.
you.
Yeah.
Sounds like he was a yinzer to me.
He was a yinzer. He's no longer a yinzer. He has to have Florida man roots, bro.
Yeah,
that reeked of Florida man behavior.
No.
Tell me that didn't scream of bath salts.
It just seems like a bad idea for everyone involved.
Yeah, exactly. It seems like a Florida man idea.
I'm not accepting ownership of him because it says he's a yinzer.
He is born and bred. He even had the thick accent. It was embarrassing. For all yinzers.
Shame on you, sir.
Shame. Shame!
Shame cube.
The shame wizard.
Yeah. Shane Lizard?
No, shame wizard.
I know, but you got it.
I got it.
Okay.
It's a great show.
It is.
You've seen the spinoff, right? Oh my God, there's 2 seasons. The second season just came out. It's amazing. So it's all of the hormone monsters and basically everything else. I can't remember the name of it. But it's sort of like framed similar to The
You're talking
Office.
about Big Mouth, right?
Yeah, so Big Mouth, and then there's a spinoff.
Oh shit.
I can't recall the name of
We'll
it.
find it.
But it's sort of like a cartoon version of The Office almost, where the characters are all the people working
right
for the humans.
Oh, we found it.
Oh no.
He even had a Pirates jersey.
Yeah, of course he did.
It's called Human Resources.
Yes,
Human
Human Resources.
Of course
Amazing.
it is.
Second season just wrapped. It was phenomenal. I watched it all in like one day.
I wish Morty would have been my hormone monster in junior high.
Morty
that would have been
is
amazing.
fucking hilarious.
That's my
Maurice.
No, Maurice is great.
No,
He's a
Maurice
good
is the guy
lead.
that falls apart, right? He's like super old.
No.
That's. I thought that was Morty.
No,
No.
Morty is like the main character guy.
No, it's Maurice.
No, it's Maurice.
Oh,
It's Rick and Morty.
Morty actually might be what's his face's dad.
There's no Morty.
I know there's one that's really old who's like old.
Yeah,
That's
that's
Rick.
what I thought you were talking. That's Rick.
That's Rick.
Rick is the fucking
That's definitely hitting the
best,
one
dude.
outer when it comes to hormone monsters.
That's Rick. Maurice is the main hormone monster.
Rick is the best. He's not in Human Resources enough. Like they don't really use him all that often.
You have to use him sparingly.
Yeah, that is true. Especially you're splitting him up between 2 shows. So like,
Yeah, you can't just
So
bring in
great.
someone. It's like Coach Steve. You know, Coach Steve is in there
Coach
just
Steve
enough.
is also
Steve is great.
amazing.
He's in there just enough.
Nick Kroll, I'm not a big fan of his stand-up, but like
He's
his
good in the
character
league.
development is fucking incredible
good.
in these shows.
Yeah.
Just absolutely incredible.
Man, there is that real thing of like animating things that makes it easier for like cartoons to get away with than people.
Yeah.
You see them as cartoons and not people.
Yeah, and they do some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
He also like voices a handful of them, which is like I think he's both Rick, Steve, and maybe. Oh no, he's definitely the one kid, the lead.
He's Nick, yeah.
Yeah. Is his name Nick?
His name is Nick,
Nicky.
yeah.
Nicky.
Nick,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nicky.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's oh man, what a great show. Tangent. All right, let's get into the things that really matter, and that is the tag team event. You two, unfortunately, actually, you included Guapo.
Us 3 or
Correct.
we did.
You all died
we
an
tried,
admirable
tried
death.
hard, you know.
I saw Guapo grinding a 10K stack.
To be fair, it was 14K,
Okay,
and
that
I got
is
it up to
fair.
28.
Wow, strong.
I'm not gonna lie.
My man had us already chipped up. We had 50K.
Losing Potts in the tag team feels so bad.
Oh
Bro.
my God, I know.
Especially when like I only played like 5 hands. I just like wanted Josh to play as much as possible. I end up having like 2 pair in a spot where I very clearly have to like go for value and somehow Bro had overpair. And it's just like these chips mean so much. You don't know what this means.
Yeah.
You know? It's like he had 20K, he said, hey, come play 3 hands, and he has 17. I'm like,
Oh, that's nothing.
Yeah, well,
It just feels
it's
bad.
very, very similar. My guy had I think I sat down. He had 17K, and I sat down for about an hour. He came back. He had 12K.
He's like,
Trent chipped us up to 50K, and I'm like, all right, man, I got an hour. He's like, all right, come play. I come play. Braun Baller's to my right. I have another guy that I've played like private cash with at the table, and then a couple YouTubers were at my table. Shout out to I think his YouTube channel is called Pizza Time or something like that.
sure.
But it's a new he's doing like comedy skits in the vein of also being a poker vlogger. It's actually like hearing his story, I want to get him on at some point. He's unbelievably creative and funny. He was telling us how they like randomly bailed a guy out of jail and just like spent the day with him and gave him this like wild experience. It was so crazy to listen to. So I'm interested to see the content that they start putting out moving forward. But I sit down and like firsthand, this was so annoying. I asked the dealer, I go, are we playing 300, 500 or 200, 400? And he go, because there were two clocks. There was ours and the seniors. And I was looking at the seniors and it said 3-5. I go, is that right? Or are we playing 3-5? And he goes, yeah. I go, okay. I opened to 1,000. And then he goes, no, we're playing 2-4. I'm like, well, I fucking opened to 800, man. Like, you know, tell me the truth. But like, whatever, no big deal. So I open under the gun 7, folds to the small blind. This woman who probably had like 25K or so. And I guess she didn't see my open. And the big blind only had 3,700 in chips. And she goes, 1,500. And the dealer was like, minimum 16. You have to make it at least 16. She goes, no, 15. And he's like, no, he raised to 1,000. You have to make it 16. She goes, oh. It's like, okay, she didn't see my raise. So now I'm in a weird spot. I have a6 of diamonds. And I'm like, well, she was just willing to play for stacks, I guess. Like, I'm not sure why she didn't just jam. The guy only has like 8 blinds in the big. But I don't think I can 4-bet here, even though it was kind of an accidental raise. Mm-hmm. So I just call, and it comes 10, 6, 5, rainbow 1 diamond. She checks. So I bet third pot. She calls. Turn is an offsuit 4. She checks. I check back. River's another 6. So it's 10, 6, 5, 4, 6. And she bets like half pot. And I'm like, well, fuck. I have the best hand here for sure. Yeah. So I raise like 75% pots. So she goes 3,500. I make it 12.5. And she's like, call. And I'm like, got her. And I roll over a6. And she just tables 7-3 offsuit. I'm like, what the fuck? I just got value cut.
Yep.
Like, what the fuck is going on here? Yeah. First of all, like, what the hell was going to happen when you made it 1,500 and he jammed for 34? Were you going to fold?
I don't know.
But like, whatever. So that's the only pot I played. He comes back now to 32,000 in chips when he left me with 50. I'm like, bro, the ship is yours to steer, man. Go nuts. The big shout out to Trent. It was his first WSOP event ever. He was so fucking excited. Guy's the goddamn Iron Man. He played the entire day yesterday, less that hour. So he had no breaks because of the tag team event. I think, did they have a dinner break?
No.
No dinner break?
Nothing.
And they didn't bag till 11 p.m.?
Yeah, because play 11 levels.
That's insane. 11. I mean, I get it.
Well,
because
11 levels is standard.
You just go like 2 hours, and then the person, your teammate, gets dinner, and then they come back.
I get it. Most people are splitting time, but fuck, man, this poor guy.
Well, I mean, it makes sense, right? Like, you want to do the whole thing of like one person carries, and they're gonna have to pay for it.
Yeah. Well, he was gassed, I'm sure, but like,
and he's back again today.
He bagged 114K. He was super pumped. He's like, I have so much adrenaline. I'm not even tired. I was like, it's gonna hit you tomorrow.
Are they playing now, or did they restart at noon?
Restart at noon.
Okay.
They give them restart at noon, but they give you restart at like 10 a.m., 11 a.m. for other stuff. Like the 3K restart was 10 a.m.
Well, yeah, but it was a 10 a.m. tournament.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
We started at 10 a.m. every day.
But like, why?
I don't fucking know, man. I don't write the schedule. You think if it was up to me, I would have anybody playing at 10 a.m. outside of the seniors?
Last year was kind of cool with some of the higher stakes stuff where it started at like 3 p.m. and you played.
Some of it does. The 5Ks do.
You play like a few levels and then you bag, you know?
Yeah, that's exactly what the 5K pluses are this year.
Kind of cozy. They should do that.
They do for the 5Ks and above.
Shoot for 3Ks.
Okay.
Be cozy.
You know.
Imagine playing a 3K at 10 a.m. Scary.
Well, no, you don't ever go to start, and that's fine for day. I don't even care that they started at 10 a.m. I care that they restarted it.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm getting at. Sure, like
we can opt out on day one.
Right.
We can just late reg. We're all willing to take the penalty of showing up at 12 or 1.
Yeah,
and that's
I like
fine.
that. That's fine.
But like, don't make me come back on day 2 at 10 a.m. I opted out on day 1 for a fucking reason.
Yeah, noon restarts. Like when does noon restarts?
Yeah. Yeah, especially like
especially when you're playing till 12:30.
Well, not only that, but there's other 10 a.m. events that are like, the big ones. They ran the 10 a.m. restart alongside the $500 freeze out.
Yeah.
It's like, they're struggling for table space already. Like, maybe give it an hour or 2 or 3 or 4.
Let the tournament cook. Yeah.
Started at 2:00. But big shout out to Trent. He's out there mashing, bagged 114K.
Let's go, Trent.
I'm going to take the weekend off and lend him support. I really want to. I want to go like in steps. I want to get him his first WSOP cash, whether that's just me showing support on the rail, bringing him drinks, whatever, tapping in so he can take a piss here and there.
Yeah, water boy.
Yeah. Or, playing whenever it matters. I'm happy to do that as well. And then I want to make it fucking run. Like,
let's go.
I truly don't care about winning the tag team event. It's
Are you guys in the money?
Small up top. No. Close though.
252, I think.
190 pay.
And then 193 pay.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll be on the bubble within the first hour.
Conrad and bro with piles.
Piles, man.
Piles.
The Persian Falcon.
The Persian Falcon.
He did
flying.
it. Also,
Do you
Iron
hear
Man did
him?
yesterday.
He's flying.
With his hawk ears.
Jesus. He also Iron Manned it yesterday because Conrad was busy busting 6 other events all across town.
Bro's flying. Yeah.
And he bagged 261K for day 2, which
That's a lot.
is I think
Top 10?
130 big blinds.
He's
I
top
think
10.
Has to be top 10
chips. Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be top 10 for sure.
Our levels too. What a tournament.
Yeah.
Kind of sick tournament.
Yeah. Great structure. Honestly, I'm not going to complain. It's just I would never choose to play this event if it weren't for us doing something fun for the fans.
Right.
And honestly, like
it's so wholesome.
It's been such a payoff. Like getting to meet Trent and see through his eyes, like this experience is worth every bit of playing. Whoa.
Jesus.
Chauncey's
Chauncey's
Damn, Chauncey's cooking.
He's cooking, man.
Don't scratch my
the orange
face.
cat.
But yeah, I mean, if I don't have to play a hand in this event, I don't mind.
Yeah.
And if I get to play like a lot of meaningful hands whenever the event is coming to a close, I'm happy to do that too. It'll make me wish that he had Matt Hunt as a partner instead of me, but here we are.
Crazy ass cat.
Bro's about to step on your balls.
Yes.
No, he just wants a little attention.
Crying in my lap because it loves.
All right, so onto the big conversation then today.
Ow. Ow.
He's biting. Look.
Ow. Look at him just bite.
You got
Take a bite. Have a bite, bro.
Okay, now you're coercing him.
All right.
You scared him, yeah. Bro shoves his elbow into his fucking mouth and says, he's biting me.
My elbow? No, it was my wrist.
Forearm, I guess.
The orange cat, he bite
The
me.
people's elbow.
All right, let's get to the final conversation that is, in my mind, solidified, but it's worth discussing.
We could talk about it.
Brian Rast came in yesterday, dialed into the final table. He did a pregame interview, but they kind of asked him about his legacy, what this means for him to potentially be the second player in history to win the PPC championship for a third time.
Who else did it?
Ms. Rocky.
Ms. Rocky did.
Well, Brian,
Where's
you're
he
going
been?
for your third PPC title, something only Michael Mizrachi's done before. If you were able to pull it off, would this be the sweetest one of them all?
No, it wouldn't be. The first one was like, really, if you look back at that moment in my career, it was like the first major tournament I'd won. I did win a bracelet earlier. It was the 1500 pot limit hold'em. We were actually off on the side table. We weren't even in like the Thunderdome. They were broadcasting that one on ESPN. It was versus Phil Hellmuth heads up. I'd had some frustrating close calls in tournaments prior to that. So even that was like the only moment in my career where I won a tournament and had like just true joy afterwards, like jumping up and down with my friends. Not even winning the Super High Roller Bowl was like the same feeling. This one will be sweet. I love this tournament. Winning it, coming, even if I don't win, be amazing. But no, it's not going to beat the first time.
We mentioned one of those bracelets, but 5-time bracelet winner overall, of course, 2 of those PPC events. over a decade that spans. What has been the secret to your consistency?
You know what? Here's it. You and everybody, like that, the guy back there who means well, like, go number 6, do this. Okay, listen, all those are results. The truth is today, my result, there will be a lot of it that's outside of my control. Any thoughts that I have about this today, such as what will this mean for my legacy? How many bracelets will it be? 3-time joining Michael Mizrachi? What will the Hall of Fame voters think? You know, all that stuff is stuff that's in other people's minds that I have no control over, and all it will do at the table is distract me. My job, my mission today is to go in there, focus on every single hand, watch my opponents, try to get reads where I can exploit them, and just play my best poker. I've dedicated 20 years of my life to my craft, and I owe it to myself and my family to play my best game. And if I can do that, I will ultimately, of course I'll be hurt if I were to, like, say, go out 5th. It's always painful. But if I play my best and I know that I played good poker, ultimately I'll be satisfied with that, and that's all I can ask myself.
Well, best of luck out there today. Thank you for the time.
Thank you.
It seems like Bro just ran an ultra marathon.
I mean, he was probably like in between, getting started and whatnot. It's hectic whenever you get to these final tables, especially if you're a man like myself who likes to use every single possible free second as you can prior to sitting down.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I thought that was like a pretty impactful interview
For sure.
and pretty level-headed, honestly. People don't know Rast's resume, man. Like,
it's insane.
It's not as clear to the public as one would think. You know, we think of like the greats that are out there, like the Ivies, the Helmuths when it comes to tournament play, the Negranus, the guys from the generation prior to ours. And then we think about like our generation, the guys who are pretty goated are going to be like the Gelfons, the Durs, the Jungle Man type of players. But Rast's resume rivals all of theirs, if not, kind of triumphs them.
Yeah, plays every game, had a bracelet maybe even last year, a couple years ago, No Limit 2. Like, just plays all the games at such a high level.
He also has been crushing high-stakes cash for years and years, which, like, for someone, like, to do both at that high a level is just amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's not a force necessarily in a lot of the super high rollers any longer. But to your point, like, he's always been competitive at all buy-in levels. He does have results at all buy-in levels, and he is he's a versatile player in the sense that he does play all the games, plays them relatively well, and then does play nosebleed cash first and foremost, right? So, yeah, he doesn't get thrown in with the Ikes and the Bonomos and that particular crew whenever it comes to high rollers, but like his resume is insane. He's very he's like I don't want to say a Seaver on steroids because I feel like that's reductive to Seaver, but like he's in the category of Seaver with like more accolades whenever it comes to the things that we track, like MTTs.
Yeah, I mean, when you win a bunch in cash, you don't really get to like have a little billboard and people get to know how good you are.
Right.
In tournaments, you win a tournament, people know that you won.
Right, and it's no accident that, the first super high roller bowl ever, the 500K that PokerGo launched with in 2015, Rast won, Seaver got second.
The boys.
It's just like no shock to me that these guys are the ones that are there day in and day out grinding their dick off, and Rast, like he said, has been doing it for 20 years. Man,
I like the honesty when she's like, is this going to mean the most? It's like, no, like the first one's always going to mean the most.
Yeah, so he's won the PPC 3 times now, tying Mizrachi is the only to ever do it. Jungle Man, I believe, is the only other one who's won it twice. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think so. I think the 3 of them were the only 3 that have won it twice prior. He has 6 bracelets now, which is quite the accomplishment. He has them in multiple games. He won the Super High Roller Bowl, as we mentioned, the 500K inaugural one. So a lot of massive scores. That was his biggest score to date, 7 million. But he has 2, 4, 5, 6, so 6 7-figure scores in his tournament career, which is pretty impressive. He's 30th all time on the money list, and you kind of heard him mention it there in the interview. This has to put him on the short list of Hall of Fame contendees this year.
Man,
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
it's just so crazy, like how much like he's done, but he's just so not a public figure in the sense like he doesn't really tweet too much. You know, he kind of keeps to himself, does all of those things, and like call it marketing wise, it's like.
Well, he was very public for a while. His crew is maybe still the Blitz, Esfandiari, Jeff Gross, Perkins, like that collective. That's kind of who he ran around with. He was a part of Victory Poker whenever they were an initial startup that ultimately collapsed. I just think that like he is one of the guys who has like one of the more impressive resumes that didn't start a company of his own and was never really tied to a company. And I think for that reason, we kind of overlook him a bit.
That's what I'm saying. Like he just feels like overlooked, like massively.
Yeah.
We're like, in the sense of underrated. Like this guy's one of like the GOAT. Like the guy just wins everything, plays really good, plays all the games. You know, it's hard to be good in one game, let alone all of them 3 times.
Right.
Versus the best players in the field that play these games 3 times.
Also pretty epic. He beats Talal heads up. People sleep on Talal.
Talal's a grinder.
He's no joke whenever it comes to being competitive in these high stake fields. You know, he just recently won. He just recently won a high roller. I can't remember if it was a scoop.
I mean, he plays a ton of scoop stuff. Plays a ton of online. Like he'll play like a 220 at low.
I know.
Play like a 25K.
No, but he won like something big, like for 7 figures. I can't remember if it was. It might have been W Coop. Like W Coop main or something like that. But yeah, I mean, like he's out there in the streets. He's grinding. He's fucking good. He's good at all the games as well. He's competitive. And he plays cash a ton too. So it's like, I don't know, man. It's for me, it's very difficult to argue against him. I know that the short list this year is going to be very tough. So last year, my prediction was that Lane Flack was going to get in. To me, that was a no-brainer. He had just passed away. The sentiment of acknowledging him with a Hall of Fame vote seemed like an absolute no-brainer to me, and he did ultimately get in. Let me see. Am I looking at an up-to-date one? Oh, shit. This article I sent you, Guapo, is out of date. I sent you a list of potentials, but there should be... It was announced, because I saw Osmus was a part of the nominations. Let me see if I can find
52
an
after
up-to-date
all.
one.
It was Osmus was on there. Kathy Liebert was on there. Norman Chad and Lon McCarron again.
Esai.
Esai was on there. Mike the Mouth Mattisau was on there.
Was Savage on there?
I don't recall. I only saw the list like briefly, and I'm just trying to recall from memory.
Yeah, it's so funny.
I found the article. Let me get it for you.
Okay, because everything I'm finding is dated.
Josh Aurier, Jeremy
Oh,
Osmus, Ted Forrest, Kathy Liebert, Mike Mattisau, Lon and Norm, Brian Rast, Matt Savage, Esai, and Bill Smith. That's the list.
I don't know who Bill Smith is.
The Poker News thing says former world champion and legendary gambler.
He won the main event.
Sure.
Today.
Sure. I mean, unfortunately for Bill Smith and probably for Mattisau as well as Ted Forrest, I think the window's closed. They're just not, with us only letting one person in a year.
It's so tough with one person.
Yeah, they're just not relevant enough.
Do you think they'll ever change that? Because I mean, they almost have to. There's just like, there's too many good, deserving people.
Yeah, we've had this.
And there's, we have.
Yeah,
which is fine. I mean,
no, I think for sure they'll change it. It's just a matter of how do they change it. I think if they only make it 2 a year, that's still not going to do enough.
No, it's going to be like 3 or 4.
Yeah, I think that they're going to have to correct for some period of time.
It doesn't really have to be 3 or 4 like year over year, but like in order to go like have some sort of window of time for people that had this sort of past. Yeah. Right. You look at them, and then it's like, okay, in, not in, and then you move on. It's like maybe twice a year from now.
Or just like segregate it where it's like, okay, you have X amount of nominees for people who are current players, or whatever. So like you would have like Mattisau, Osmus, Rast, Savage, Norman and Lon, like they would all fill into there. And then you would have people who are like no longer current because they're being judged differently. Like Ted Forrest is, as far as I know, like out of action and hasn't been in poker in quite some time.
Yeah, did something else.
Yeah, so it's like for him, it's going to be really, really, really tough for anybody to remember his relevance. Same thing with Bill Smith, who I'm guessing probably isn't even with us any longer.
And who even knows, like, if Bill like has won a ton playing cash or something? We don't know.
Right.
Like, there's
yeah,
no
we
records
don't know his credentials
and haven't seen it. Right.
Yeah.
About the whole glory aspect of it all.
Yeah. To me, look, Isai for sure might have had the biggest contribution to poker as a whole. But it's just impossible to overlook like what Rast has done. And to me, he's going to be an absolute shoo-in. Like, I think it's the exact same thing as the Lane Flack story last year. We gravitate towards the storylines and recency bias way, way, way too much for it not to be the case with the voters.
Yeah.
Right? It's just, I mean, the guy's resume just screams first ballot Hall of Famer anyway. And he just tacked on a bullet point that's like just undeniable.
And then he had
exclamation point right there.
Yeah. So it's just like, I think for sure he gets in. And I think that's, going to be tough for the REAs, the Lieberts, the Matisows, the Savages. I think Norman Lon will ultimately get in. They just have to.
Yeah. But like at what time, right?
Right. I worry it's going to be something like one of them passes 20 years from now. And they
seems sad, yeah.
Yeah, and then, as a byproduct, like same thing with like Lane Flack.
Yeah.
Like when we look at this list, no offense to Lane, I think he was a great player, but when we look at this list, like he's middle of the pack at best. But he got in because he passed, right? Like it was a final homage to his life and career, and it was very timely, and just kind of worked out that way. That's tough if that's like the standard that we kind of set. Like I want to celebrate Lon and Norm for what they did for poker and the growth of the game now.
Yeah, it feels like they have that window.
Right. Same thing with Isai. Same thing with Savage. And these guys are all adjacent to players anyway. So like, let them in.
Yeah, and I think like the guys like REA and Awesomeness and even Kathy Liebert, they're all still playing a lot, so they're gonna be adding to their resumes, which will give them even a better chance probably down the line. Yeah, right? Agreed.
It's so tough for them because what they did in the time frame that they were great. Same thing with like Matisow. It was unrivaled. Like winning 4 bracelets in the time frame that Matisow did in the early 2000s was very, very impressive. And now it's just not because
it's like online too.
Yeah, you have online, you have Europe, you have all these opportunities. You have GG, and now there's 120 bracelet events during the summer. It's just like, bro, we're gonna see people with dozens of bracelets,
which is fine.
It's fine. It's totally fine. It just unfortunately, because of revisionist history and the way we remember things, it's going to dampen the resume of like a Matisow.
Yeah, like
he can't really do more now.
Right.
I think there's just like a legitimate possibility in the next X amount of years that through online as well as playing everything, someone might have like a 5 bracelet summer, which is going to be really hard. No one's going to say it's easy, but it's possible.
I mean, we've seen 3 bracelet summers in the past whenever there were half as many events in online. So I don't think you're out of pocket there.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, it's just, which makes it...
It'll probably be Rast.
Makes it less scarce, right? It just makes the bracelets less scarce, which is okay. But
yeah, it's fine. It's totally fine.
I kind of like this idea of like, call it circa 2023 and under, and like you look at the people you want to have as like a nom, and then they like vote on it.
Yeah, I think the best approach is to lit in more people per year, but be very strategic about how you do it. So basically, if you were to segregate between players and non-players, and then segregate again between active and non-active, right? Now we could let 4 people in.
Right.
So active player, non-active player, active
industry.
non-player, non-active, active industry person, non-active industry person. Right?
Yep.
And now all of a sudden we get to pay an homage to the people who have left us, that may just have moved on to bigger and better things, but clearly have the resume that allows them to get into the Hall of Fame that otherwise wouldn't, compared to active players who are just like tacking on their resume still.
Getting W's. Yeah, I like that. I think it makes sense. Like there's room for it.
Yeah. So huge congrats to Rast for the 3-time PPC, and not to jinx it, but for what I assume to be your induction into the Hall of Fame.
It's a good timing for it all.
Yeah, I would if I was a betting man. I would lay a high price on Rast being
just
the overwhelming
slide into
favorite.
Berkey's DMs if you want a line.
Rast
and
minus
with some
200
action.
versus the field.
I would maybe like 200. I don't know. Let's start negotiating a little lower here, Landon. You know, Jesus Christ, man.
You still owe me push-ups, man.
Yeah, well, you still owe me 9-1.
I'm not giving you 9-1. I'm not giving anybody 9-1 anymore.
Whatever happened to that dunk bet?
We both
we
lost.
washed it.
Yeah.
Neither of us even tried.
No.
Yeah.
Yep.
I hurt my back before I even got started, and he.
Who saw that coming?
I got strong.
I don't know why you didn't try.
Yeah, I got.
Yeah.
Well, I know part of it is that like finding an indoor basketball hoop here is not easy.
No, it was an inconvenience. We did have a hoop outside our house, but then it got moved.
That doesn't count. That would have never counted.
Sure, but it would have been
Bro,
the reason to practice.
Sure, but it was like one of those fucking rims that you put sand in the back of it, and like, come on, man.
It would have been fine.
It didn't get moved either. It got destroyed.
If it's 10
somebody hit it with the car and it just fell over.
If it's 10 feet, it's 10 feet.
We don't even know if it was 10 feet.
Any updates on the pickle course?
You gotta
pickle course. The
tape
pickle.
measure.
I'm actually doing a pickleball podcast sometime next week. I think next Thursday.
You can't be serious.
No, I am serious. This is my pivot, man. I'm retiring from poker. I'm never going to be a Hall of Famer. I've come to that conclusion. I don't think beating airball is going to be enough to get me in. So I'm moving on to the pickleball streets, baby.
Hall of Fame inductee.
That's right.
Matt.
I'm the next
Beat
coming.
someone heads up.
Beat someone heads up. That's right. All right, just a reminder, we do have an academy coming up Labor Day weekend, September 1st through the 3rd. That is a cash academy. It's going to be 3 days of strategy construction, as well as 3 days playing on an RFID table. If you guys are interested in that, head over to solveforwhy.io.
Academy.solveforwhy.io.
Academy.solveforwhy.io.
It's actually wrong on the.
Sorry, I'll get a new graphic
Yeah, we'll
made.
figure it out.
Head over to academy.solveforwhy.io and be sure to sign up for that. Seats are going fast. Also, a new episode of Poker Out Loud is out this past Monday, and as of today, I'm not sure if it's live on the site yet, but it will be by this afternoon. My new course, the game plan, is going to be up and ready to view. It's 5 pretty lengthy episodes, basically outlining what I put into studying for the Airball Challenge. I tried to create it in such a way so that it could generically apply to whatever format it is that you're studying for. So basically, here's my step-by-step process in how to examine a new discipline in poker. And hopefully that's something that you all can utilize as well. Again, head over to solveforwhy.io if you want to check that course out. For all of the members of the YouTube Nerds and Brainiacs squad, I want to give you guys a little bit of extra value for your membership as well. So I'm actually going to upload the first episode of the game plan course to YouTube. So any members who want to view that, or any of you who want to become members in order to view that first episode, it should be live within a few hours today. Just pay attention to your bells and notifications.
Maybe bring a promo code Sick Day back when it comes out.
No.
Just for a week.
No more promo codes, man. Someone
Not for a few months.
I got to be chin here, man. No more free shit.
No more promo codes.
No more free shit. That's going to do it for us for this week. Hope you guys have all enjoyed this World Series coverage. We'll be back Monday, 10:30 a.m. Pacific, as always, with plenty to catch up on, and hopefully a new tag team wrist belt.
Let's go.
For me and the squad.
It would be wonderful if your bracelet is won off the hard work of somebody else.
Yes. Love that.
I love that for you.
Love that for me. We'll see you guys then.
Peace.